Alrighty guys, what is up? It's your Bravo or Revelation Gaming, as you know me, back at again here today with a different video for you guys. We're going to be talking about the brand new Pokemon MOBA game that was recently announced for mobile/Switch devices that will obviously be free to start. And we're going to be talking about what it really needs to be a real game, a real MOBA that people can really take seriously and not just dump to the side after they play it for a couple of months. Will this end up happening, or will any of these points that I bring up in this video actually happen in the game? I don't know. The game is not currently out, but when it is out, we will see if any of my ideas or really my thoughts came true or not. I don't really think any of them will, unfortunately, but you gotta really see what this game needs to be a real good game. So, yeah. Also, by the way, guys, all of my links to my social media are down in the description below. I will also be having timestamps down there, so if you want to see any of my points or hear anything about my points, all the information for that will be down there as well, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. Remember, guys, like the video. I always love to see you guys when you're liking the video, and remember to comment and subscribe to the channel because I'm really trying to get to 500 subscribers, and it means the world to me for you guys. So, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get right on into the video. Alright, so the first point that we are going to be bringing up in this video is definitely going to be the character roster that the game has. Now, I'm definitely going to say that for a huge point on this kind of list is definitely going to have to be adding more characters to the game. Now, currently in the game, there's about 10 characters, and in those characters, most of them are actually Kanto Pokemon. And I really think that's a shame because there's so many generations and kind of thousands of Pokemon at this point. So why not just add a little bit more from other generations and just add more in general? Because honestly, with a base roster of only 10 Pokemon, eventually after a couple of months, this game will get stale. You will have your mains, you will have your maybe 3 or 4 Pokemon that you pick and you battle with, and that will be it. You won't really play the other ones because they're not really your playstyle or you don't really like them. And I think adding more characters would be just really awesome because it would constantly bring people to have to come back to the game, honestly, just to be able to try out the new character, see if they like the new character, see if they can main the new character, as well as it would just add variety of who you're fighting. You're not just fighting these same Pokemon over and over and over and over again. And I really do think that this game would need to add at least 10 to 20 new Pokemon in it. I know that's kind of pushing your luck for 30 Pokemon in a Pokemon MOBA game for mobile devices, but this is also for Switch, and I really do think that this game could go really far, and so I really do think at the minimum maybe 10 characters be added, whether they be event characters or they actually be just new Pokemon in general. I really would love to see them added, and it's definitely going to be needed if this game really wants to have a good lifespan, especially if it needs an esports. But yeah, just more characters really do need to be added, 100%. So the next segment we're going to be switching on over to here is going to be microtransactions throughout the game. Now, I believe that microtransactions should only really be for cosmetics. Now, this game is a MOBA, and the way that most MOBAs actually do gain their profit, while most of them actually being free to play, is definitely through cosmetics. Now, I think cosmetics for Pokemon could do really well. I think a huge example of this would be Smash Bros. They could do different type of skin tones, such as, like obviously Pikachu and Lucario on Smash Bros. Where they just kind of do these different skin tones that hint at other things about the series, about the Pokemon series, or just about other things in general. And I think that they could really do that, just to throw in some cosmetics and have them cost between $1 to $5. I really do think those would really make a difference. And then they can also add clothes variations of cosmetics, obviously, such as Pikachu Libre, the Pikachus from Oraz, and just multiple things like that. I think they really could do that for just other Pokemon that they could do. They did a lot of the same type of stuff in Pokemon Masters, which was another Pokemon mobile game that was recently released. And they did these type of event skins and different things you could do for cosmetics. So I really do think that they would work out really well in Pokemon Unite. I think it would probably be the best way to move microtransactions, because microtransactions should not be anything about this game, actually having to be able to play the game through microtransactions. That is just not something that should happen at all. There should be no wait times, nothing like that, because in a MOBA, you want to hop in, you want to constantly be playing the matches. You want to, once you finish a match, you want to hop right back into another one, maybe try out a different character, maybe try out the same character, but do a different play style. You want to do all this stuff over and over and over and over and over again, and it definitely can't be having a paywall behind that. That will definitely ruin this game and make it a very bad game. So definitely, I think keeping the microtransactions, to cosmetics will be very helpful and definitely needed. But yeah, that's definitely what they have to do with microtransactions. So moving on into the next segment, we're going to be talking about the actual arena itself and what you can really do in it. And we're going to be talking about a wide variety of Pokemon you can catch while fighting in the arena. This game so far has actually shown us that one of the core aspects of the game is catching Pokemon so you can get points, so you can put them into totems, because the team with the most totems at the end of the game ends up winning, obviously. So, to be able to catch these Pokemon, we saw a couple in the trailer. Obviously, we saw like Stuffle and a couple others, and those are really cool to see. But I really do think the game needs a wide variety of Pokemon you can catch, not just the same 6 or 10. They definitely need to add, maybe, I would say, to my liking anyway, I would say about 50 Pokemon, maybe, that you can access. And I believe that maybe during each match, maybe about 6 of them will pop up, and then when you do another match, maybe a different 6 will pop up. And I think that there should be also a level of difficulty in which Pokemon you catch, such as maybe, hey, I want to catch a Stuffle. That's a little Stuffle. I can battle that by myself. I can catch it by myself. But hey, maybe an Abomasnow spawns, right? And my whole entire team has to kind of gang up on it. And we have to do a lot of coordinated attacks to try to take it down because it's a lot stronger of an enemy. But maybe, hey, it gives us more points if we catch it, right? Some things like that, just extra things that you can do, but extra abilities that you can do like that would make this game freaking phenomenal and really would give it a variety and really could potentially bring it from being a bland MOBA to an actually interesting MOBA that has a lot of strategy to it in which Pokemon you really want to go for. And maybe, hey, going for this Pokemon at this time will be a lot better than doing that other Pokemon. And it can really just show off not only that there's like 8 generations of Pokemon, obviously, but it can also just show off the huge variety of Pokemon that you can have. It would encourage people to also just play, you know, maybe the newer generation, maybe some of the older generations. You never know. And it really just would show just the variety of Pokemon besides Gen 1 that we'll be able to see in the game, which is great. Anything that's better than more than Gen 1 is just, it's amazing to see. So I definitely want to see some more variety of Pokemon you can catch in the fighting area because I didn't really see a lot of too unique ones in the trailer, unfortunately. So I'm really hoping that they can fix that up, add more to it, and definitely improve upon that. But will that happen? I don't know. Moving on into the next point, we're going to go ahead here and talking about a ranked mode. Now, obviously, with every MOBA game, obviously you have the casual players, and the casual players are the people who, you know, sit down, maybe play a match or two. You know, they might play it just for fun, or they just play it, you know, just so they can test out characters, maybe get a little bit of practice in, just laugh with their friends, have a good time, you know, casuals, right? And then you have rank mode for the people who really want to get in there, really learn the game, really try hard, you know, really have that good teammate, and really just get dubs constantly. And I think having that in this game would really tell the difference between experienced players versus people who just got in, or maybe people who just want to have fun. And I think that would really help the game grow, because this game is advertised to be a team-based, live-action type of game. It's really supposed to be team-based, right? But when you're playing casually, and you're playing online with randoms, you're obviously not going to have that. But in a ranked mode, you can get a group of friends together. You can sit there. You can focus on the game more. You can strategize. You can have a lot, you know, a bigger esports scene. You can grow a lot with this game to really make it feel like a real MOBA if a ranked mode is added, because it really separates the casuals from the ranked people who actually try. You can also see, obviously, who's going to be some of the top people in either your region, your country, things like that, that really just make it really you want to play the game out constantly, because you want to get better at it. You want to get in that competitive sense, and you want to see like how far you can go with this game, even though it is just a mobile/Switch game. And it really just buffs the life cycle of this game, and it really makes kind of a meta become a thing instead of just a constantly is just casual people. It's never really focused on that team aspect that they keep advertising. It's never really done that. So, you know, I think really adding in the ranked mode would be hard. It would be a challenge, but I do believe that it can be done, and I do believe that it would improve this game a lot, and it's definitely going to be needed if this wants to be even close to a real MOBA game. So, yeah, definitely gonna need to add a ranked mode. Moving on, we are going to be looking at next up, which is going to be, well, we're going to be looking at events that need to be added in the game. So events are definitely going to need to be added in this game. Now, what these events entitle and what, you know, that are in the events, I don't know exactly just yet. It could be just events that, hey, maybe you buff your EXP the more you play, so it encourages people to play more. It could be, hey, maybe catching Pokemon now gives you more points, so getting a lot more wins is a lot easier. It could be simple events like that, or you could do limited time events such as Christmas events, maybe holiday, like New Year's events, you know, something like that. Just a bunch of holiday events is like other things that you can get, or maybe you can even get some limited time cosmetics, which goes ahead and brings back up another point that I had within the game, such as maybe you can buy a Santa hat for your Pokemon to wear, or maybe you can buy a pumpkin that they can put in there for Halloween or something like that. just a bunch of different things that they can do. They did this with Pokemon Masters, and I definitely see that they could do this in this game. I think honestly it would help improve the game by a lot. Now, will this actually come with the game? Like, will this point actually be brought up in the game? I actually do think this game will end up having events. I really do. To what extent, I don't know. I do believe they might be a little bit smaller, kind of on the smaller side events, but I really want to see some huge events. Maybe even an event that adds a Pokemon that you can only get for a limited time. Like, maybe you can only unlock this Pokemon for a limited time within this event, and then after that, it kind of gets like wiped out of the game unless you maybe buy the Pokemon, or maybe you just can get these points or whatever to unlock the Pokemon or something. Just doing really rare stuff like that really just helps this game go from being to alright, there we go. And then that really just takes it up that level that it really needs, because for fan reception, this isn't looking too good. And so I think they definitely need to put that work in, and so I definitely think this is a point that definitely needs to be added in the final product, 100%. Moving on into the next subject we have on here, which is going to be map expansions / just new maps. Now the thing with MOBAs is that you play on the same map constantly. It's just back and forth, just constantly the same map over and over and over and over again. And I think that's pretty boring. If we actually look at the map itself, and actually kind of pull up an image of it or whatever, there's a couple of little outskirts outside of the actual battle arena you'll see where just some things are going on. Like, I think there's a little bit of a little island and maybe like a little lighthouse or something. And they have these little details added to obviously show that, hey, there's a little bit more to the world than just the arena. But I think adding more to these points would be really good. Maybe just adding extra areas, or maybe you can catch a new type of Pokemon, or maybe some more types of Pokemon spawn. Or maybe just doing this and just making the map bigger in general. Still obviously making it, obviously be the team-based type map you have. You have to make it good for team-based gameplay. But also maybe just doing new maps in general. Maybe have the same structure map, but maybe just with different backgrounds, different new locations, such as maybe like a tundra area or maybe a desert area, and so something like that. And that can yet again go into the different types of Pokemon you could catch within the game. Not changing the core gameplay aspect of it, but changing the visual aspect of it, so you're not looking like you're playing the same thing constantly. And I think great things like that can really be added to make this game just really open up and really look a lot better than it really is. I really do think that, because yet again, it's only it's making the game look like it has more content, but only from a visual standpoint, not from a gameplay standpoint. So I definitely think that it's definitely possible, and I definitely really do hope that map expansions / new maps are definitely added in this game, because it will add a bunch of variety and just make the game look twice as good. And it's really needed if this game wants to be a good game. So yeah, definitely add more map expansions. Next up, we're going to be talking about the netcode. Now this is going to need a more polished netcode. During the actual gameplay that happened within the 10-minute, obviously, kind of like Pokemon Direct that they had for the game was honestly chugging. It was really bad. The people in the game had about 36 ping, and it was not looking good. It was not looking good at all, and they were looking like they were playing on some pretty modern devices, which was not only the Switch, obviously, but of course it was like more modern phones, such as I'd say iPhone 10, maybe something like that. I'm not exactly sure because I haven't watched the video in a little bit, but obviously they were playing on some pretty modern hardware, and the game was still chugging to load. And that's really the big reason on why, if you actually look at a lot of the trailer, they're showing a lot of their faces, because they don't want to show the actual gameplay because it's lagging in certain areas, and they cut out certain areas because it was lagging, and it's really just hard to see that. And so if this game really wants to be a real MOBAs need good netcode. You're going to need to be able to connect to somebody halfway across the world and still have that good connection and not have that terrible ping. It's just needed. It's pretty obvious. This is a multiplayer based game. This is a game where they want you to do everything multiplayer based, whether it be whether you're teaming up against people online with a local group of friends or you're just teaming up online by yourself. So more polished netcode is definitely going to need to happen. Will that happen? Unfortunately, I do not think so. I don't know if this will be able to run on lower end devices, or will this only be on the most modern devices. And if this is only on the modern devices, then I really do hope that the netcode is polished. Do I believe it will be 100% polished? Heck no, I do not. I don't really think anything at this point can really be 100% netcode polished, except for Melee, obviously. But I don't know. It just needs some more polished netcode. It definitely needs to make the game look better. and just really needs to be able to run at a decent frame rate for this to be a considerable MOBA for anybody to really play. Moving on to another point is going to be a PC port, which is the least likely out of any of these, because Nintendo, or really anybody, I would say, from really anything about Nintendo as a whole, whether it be Pokemon, Mario, Legend of Zelda, anything, they don't really do PC. That's not their thing. They haven't moved into that market. They're not on that market. They're still trying to put it, obviously, all their games on their own hardware, which would be the Switch, obviously, and then they're trying to move up. They were trying originally to move over to the mobile market because everybody had a cell phone, everybody had that, but they pulled out of the mobile market. A lot of Nintendo franchises pulled out of the mobile market. This is still going up on the mobile market, so we don't know about Pokemon games in general, but definitely when it comes down to this in general, I think a PC port of this game, this could be them dipping the foot into the PC, dipping the foot into the little PC community. I think it would be good, because I think that it would gain so much more money than they think it will. It will be able to run better, it'll be able to look better, it'll be able to just do everything better on a PC port. And when it really comes down to hardcore MOBAs that people play, most of them are on PC, and they do optimize them to be able to play on PC. So I do think that putting a PC port of this game will buff this game's lifespan by at least a couple of years, maybe, potentially, and you might be boosting your funds by a heck of a lot. Now, this is the least likely thing to ever happen. If a PC port of this game came out, it would be amazing, but that's a dream. That is a dream to actually be able to get this on a PC. I think they're definitely going to just stick with the Switch and mobile, and that's unfortunate because, obviously, like I said earlier, that netcode's not looking too great because, Switch Online isn't exactly amazing, and, you can't really tell with mobile devices, counting on, who you're connecting with and what device they have versus what device you have, and so, unfortunately, a PC port, don't really see it coming, but if it really wants to be a good game and really keep itself known as a really popular and really strategic and decent MOBA, it really is going to need that PC port. Just going to be honest. Now, moving on to the final point that we're bringing on in today's video, that is going to be a competitive community. Now, while MOBAs can be played casually, while they can be played, just for fun between, some friends or whoever you want to play, the beef, the main objective, the main group of people who really stick with these MOBA type games are the competitive players. Now, if you have asked anybody who plays League, Dota, anything like that, even I believe the Diablo one that came out on mobile or whatever, if you play this game and you stick with this game and you really play this game, you put hundreds of hours or whatever into that game, you can instantly just tell that the people who do that are, they don't have to be good at the game, but they definitely are way better than the average player. They're the competitive community. They're the people who put all their time into playing this game competitively or that game competitively and just really going for it and expanding what the game really has and just making the community huge for it and helping grow the game community as a whole. And the competitive community in a MOBA game is really necessary. Esports, not as much. You don't have to have an esports for a MOBA game. Is it really easy to get esports for a MOBA game? Yes. Is it easy to make a lot of money off of a MOBA game, counting on how much the obviously developers support the game? Yes. But that competitive community is definitely going to be needed. Will that come out of this game? I don't know. This is being yet again made by Tencent, which a lot of people are thinking kind of dodgy, you don't be giving all your information to the Chinese government, so I don't know. Will this game have the competitive community it needs to be able to stay alive? Or will this game just be, yet again, another Pokemon failure that will be shut down after a couple of months of being up? Which really is unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Yet again, go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment on this video. If you guys have any other points that I didn't address in this video of what Pokemon Unite needs to be a good game, please do address them in the comment section below. I love to read and see your comments. I always do try to reply if I can. Of course, I'll also like my favorites, so definitely look down there for that. Yet again, subscribe to the channel, trying to get to 500 subscribers. It will be a huge milestone for me, and I can't wait for when that happens. And I just want to say yet again, thank you guys for so much support. And also, could we just get a quick memory of Pokemon Rumble Rush, because that was another Pokemon mobile game recently just taken down, and yeah, we can just hope Pokemon Unite is better, right, guys? So yeah, hope you guys really enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.